Domestic violence is a real thing, and it's a real issue with men and women. And mentally, physically, emotionally, verbally, it's an issue. My ex-husband was abusive in every sense of the word, and I left, but it took me a while to leave. I was so insecure and just so down on myself, and was made to believe that I wasn't worth anything, and that I would never be loved, and I would be all these things, or wouldn't be anything. It's been a struggle. I go to therapy, and that always helps. And before COVID, I'd go to domestic violence classes, or support groups rather, and listen and speak and be a part of, and it's very therapeutic it sucks that other people have gone through it, but it's comforting and therapeutic to know that you're not alone, and you're not crazy for feeling certain ways, and that you're not the crazy one despite things that have been said. And lately I've been struggling with that, and kind of fell back and allowed myself to cower down, I guess would be the right word. Maybe not, but to not have a voice and be scared to have feelings or opinions. And that's not on anyone's fault but my own, because I allowed it. And for me, I feel, my opinion, that no one's responsible for how you feel except for yourself. Can people make you feel like shit? Sure. But you're allowing that person to make you feel that way. And that's the part that you can control, is whether or not you allow those people to be in your life. You allow those people to talk to you that way, and vice versa, because no one's perfect. I have a bad habit of enabling bad behavior. I get so heated by things. I allow myself to get so heated by things and have to react, have to respond. And not use the tools that I've been given, not use the tools that I've learned, by just cutting it off. When you care about somebody and you have love, it's extremely hard to cut that out, cut that person out of your life. Because you think that, well, if I change my ways, because how I'm acting or how I feel is hurting this person, so let me just change that. But how you feel is important. And I think a lot of us lose sight of that because we don't want to hurt someone's feelings, or we don't want them to walk out of our lives. And so that's where you're enabling that behavior. Sure, that's not saying go out and be an asshole to people. No, that's not what I'm saying at all. But if you're having to repeatedly and constantly bite your tongue, worry about what this person's going to think of what you say, worry about if something that's totally unrelated to the situation is said, are they going to think it's about them? That's not a good situation. Again, no one's fault but your own. Okay? It's my fault that I allowed it to get to that point. And you can still care about this person and walk away. It's hard. Despite the abuse that I was going through with my ex-husband, I still loved him. And I tried to stay and focus on the positive and the good times. But what ended up happening is when I left, I had no idea who I was. I was the wife for so long that I didn't know who I was. I was mom and wife, and that was it. And I really struggled, and still struggle sometimes, to find who I was and find that voice. And that happened, and then, I was able to say, okay, this is what I like. These are the hobbies that I like. This is what I like to watch. This is what I like to wear. This is what I like to say. Then I started having anxiety, which I've always had generalized anxiety about any and everything. But I kind of went overboard. Other issues started to come up. OCD. And it just got really bad for a while. And then I started to get that under control. A lot of my OCD came from, what if something happens to me? What are my kids gonna do? Now I'm a single mom. Now I'm single. Now, it was crazy. It was just a crazy time for me. And I started to venture out from that and be okay with those things and go and do things without my kids. And they're not grown. Well, 3 of them are grown, but the younger 2, they're now 12 and 15. So, at the time, they're a little bit young, a few years ago. It was okay for me to go and do things without them. But I don't like to. I do know that I became codependent on my kids, and that's okay too. I'm 45, and I never knew who I was until I left my ex-husband. Because before him, I was self-medicating, and then got sober and clean, and then was the wife, So it's been a struggle, is my point. I don't want to struggle anymore, and I want to have a voice. And I had gone on this whole, I still am on my 90-day journey. I'm on second week of it, almost third week now, but 90-day journey of kind of revamping what I already know and what I should be doing. I went and made a new YouTube and new Twitter, and I was like, what the hell am I doing? Why am I catering to a situation that I can't control? Why should I run and hide, is how I felt. Why should I hide? Why should I be scared? And that has nothing to do with this other person. These are my feelings, and I control how I feel. So, anyway, so I'm keeping both Twitters. I went and opened my original Twitter back open. I've had it since 2009. My therapist is like, what are you doing? You're doing everything backwards. She's like, you're doing everything backwards. It's none of your business what this person says. It's none of your business how this person feels. You can't control that. So I was like, you're right. Damn it. And so, I was like, screw it. I'll just keep both of them. have my original one that I've had since 2009 as my main Twitter, and then keep my other one that I just made for private. I'm gonna take those videos that I put on my new YouTube, I'm gonna delete them, and I'm gonna put them on my original YouTube channel, because I can, and I shouldn't be afraid or scared. People are gonna have opinions. They don't affect me because it's none of my business. And I can't be that reactionist that I feel the need to defend myself, where, I'll lock my door, where, you know, somebody's saying something to you and you're like, but that's so wrong, that's not what I meant, or that's not what I said. No. I can't do that anymore. And I have a bad habit of doing that. And I can't do it anymore. I made the choice to cut people, not just one person. There was multiple people, to cut them out and say I'm done. And this isn't good for me. Doesn't mean that I don't love that person or that I don't care about that person. Just the personalities don't vibe, and it is toxic for both of us. I have too much love and respect, not only for these people, but more importantly myself, to sit here and because of this and because of that and because of this and because I can't do it. I can't. And I'm at fault too. Everybody's at fault. It's even with my ex-husband. And then you put the mental health issues on top of that, and that getting thrown in your face. You know, I enabled it. That's my fault. I allowed it. That's my fault. That's never a good time either, but I'm going to save that topic for another day, because mental health is important to talk about, and there's so much bad around it. And oh, well, they're acting that way because they're off their meds, or oh, they acted that way because they have a mental health problem. And yeah, people that don't go and get help, knowing they have mental health issues is a thing, and there's not enough help out there. There's not enough understanding out there. And hell, it took me five different therapists before I found the one that worked for me and understood me and that I vibed with. Because you have to vibe with them, and you have to respect them and like them enough when they say you are freaking wrong and you are messing up and you need to apologize for this or this. You know, I like that. I need to be put in my place sometimes, and you need a therapist like that. But mental health should never be thrown in anyone's face, and name calling, and you know, I'm bad at that too. But we need to find a better way. We need to find a better way. So no. Anyway, with that said, I feel like the past few years I've kind of slipped and slid down a dark hole of who I was, and or who I had started to become, and enjoyed life and enjoyed things, and you know, all that. My anxiety came back, my OCD came back, and that's not the kind of life I want to live. So anyway, I just thought I'd put an update out there. Also, side note, I dyed all my hair purple, but I have a hat on and I'm not taking off because I have bad hat hair. I didn't sleep very well last night, so I didn't fall asleep until like 8 o'clock this morning, and then got a phone call, and you know, around 12, and couldn't go back to sleep after that really. So but yeah, I just wanted to update everybody. So I'll leave a link in the description below, some good resource website, thehotline.org, I believe. I'll double check that, but I'll put it in the description below, and it's a good starting point if you need help, because there is help out there. Getting out, staying, getting help, getting the abuser help. There's a lot of good resources out there, and there is help. Don't stay. Never stay. No matter what's going on. No matter what's going on. You can always start over. There's always a new day, and starting fresh never gets old. Okay? So, anyway, I hope everybody's having a good day. Make good choices. Minding your own business. Not being an asshole. And of course, what? Not sending dick pics. Especially to minors. Okay, bye.